is a first alert weather day as Hurricane Helene gets closer and closer to the Florida coast, and then eventually the storm makes its way through Georgia with tropical storm force, even hurricane force winds for parts of our viewing area. The eye of the storm, you can see very symmetrical here, shows a very powerful Category 3 hurricane. Right now, the 120-mile-an-hour winds expected to be a strong Category 3, possibly a Category 4 hurricane as it makes landfall late this evening along the Big Bend of Florida and then makes its way into our area. The rain we're seeing right now are the outer bands of Helene, and we'll continue to see these waves of rain, heavy at times, for the rest of the night, overnight, and all the way through tomorrow morning. So we've got a long road ahead here as we head into the evening. Seeing some heavy downpours right now over Jonesboro, Forest Park, approaching Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta International. Some heavy rain approaching that area. And in and of itself, this much rain in an evening probably wouldn't do too much. But the problem is yesterday we saw 2 to 5 inches of rain, and we have an additional 2 to 7, 8 inches of rain on the way. So the soil is already very saturated from all the rain we had yesterday. And we're going to see additional heavy downpours through the evening, in the overnight, and tomorrow. And flash flooding is a big concern, which is why we have active flash flood warnings in place for much of metro Atlanta, including portions of Gwinnett, DeKalb, almost all of Fulton through Spalding County, into Pike, Lamar, and Upson County. Those are those green boxes you see on the map. Here's a look at 48-hour rainfall totals. Some areas, radar estimates have already seen more than 6 inches of rain near the airport. In East Georgia, some areas have already seen nearly 5 inches of rain. South of the city, about 5.5 inches of rain. So we've already seen plenty of it. The creeks, the streams, they're already high. And now additional rain from these outer bands as Helene approaches will only exacerbate the problem, which is why flash flooding is such a big concern. Brand new information now, Category 4 hurricane. This updates on the spot. We get new information from the National Hurricane Center. It updates, and you see it there. Helene is now a Category 4 hurricane and expected to be a Category 4 hurricane as it makes landfall. Even more concerning, expected to be a Category 2 hurricane with 105-mile-an-hour winds as it moves over South Georgia, and then eventually weakening as it moves through northern Georgia. But parts of our viewing area could see hurricane conditions as the storm weakens. It's moving very quickly. So because of that, it's going to be fairly strong as it moves over our state. Again, Hurricane Helene breaking right now Category 4 hurricane as a Category 2 hurricane in South Georgia. For tonight, 100% chance of rain pretty much the entire night, which is why flash flooding will be such a big concern. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Waves of rain continue, heavy at times all the way through tomorrow morning. Really, it's not until after about 8 or 9 a.m. that those rain chances diminish, although we could see a few of those outer bands tomorrow in the afternoon, mainly in the mountains of North Georgia. Really, that rain is going to be an impact through about 8, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. before we see improvement. Because we're seeing so much rain, a 70% chance of flash flooding almost for all of North Georgia. This is something we almost never see over our area. So flooding is a huge concern. So are the winds. Check this out, 30, 40, 50, up to 60, 70-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow morning. Strongest winds will be between about 2 a.m. and 10 a.m., especially east of Atlanta. With the isolated tornadoes and the rain, we have a very high risk of power outages. So download our First Alert Weather app. It is free, and it will alert you if severe weather is approaching.